I'm saying that, since I reviewed one YouTuber film, I may as well review another, and since Iron Man is coming out, and actually Markiplier's in this movie as well, I was thinking, fuck it, I'll review another one. Now, before I get into this one, I actually like Smosh, right? I actually do like a lot of their older videos, and I do like them, and I'm happy they're back. Even though the humor is dumb, it's fun. It's funny. And I really like Ian and Anthony. They seem great, like great people. And there's nothing personal against them. Sure, even they can even joke about the fucking movie. Anthony even knows it's not a good movie. Someone said it to him on the podcast and says, "This is not a good film. So watch the movie." I liked it when I seen it first. And look, it's not a good film. It's bad. It's definitely better than Not Cool though. Fucking hell. Not Cool is like the worst. Not like, at least Smosh the movie, there's good in it. At least it's well directed, because it's also directed by Alex Winter, aka Bill from Bill and Ted, and he's also in The Lost Boys, and he's also directed other films. I've seen Smosh the movie a good few times. It's not boring. The other thing about Not Cool was boring, but this is not good. Anyway, let's get into the plot. Plot of Smosh the movie is Ian and Anthony are two best friends that live together. Anthony's a pizza guy. He's very socially awkward. They both live in Ian's parents' house for some reason. Now played by different actress. I don't know why the other one didn't want to come back. She was great. Not that this one's bad, but she's not. She doesn't have the same comedic talent and energy as the other one. And also, I will also point out as well that she's kind of just a different character. Anyway, they're just living their life. They go to the arcade. They're fans of this Pokemon rip-off thing, and then Anthony also talks to Stone Cold Steve Austin or whatever. But anyway, in the mornings, this video is going around of Anthony from back in the day, essentially essentially doing this kind of weird singing routine, backflips onto a microphone and goes right up his ass, right? And it becomes like a very viral video. And his high school reunion is coming up, and he has a crush on this girl named Hannah, something like that. And essentially, because of that, he wants to get the video removed because, he doesn't want his crush to think he's a loser. We do get flashbacks of him kind of chatting up his crush, and she's like handing out flyers, like, "Oh, can you help my uncle? He has like this weird like finger condition." It's like, yeah, and he's like really awkward and stuff. And the uncle is actually played by Alex Winter. You see his finger, and like, "Oh yeah," and then as he's there like looking at her being weird, creepy, whatever, she goes off. He ends up fucking hitting the fucking broom, knocking the guy off when he's like washing something up. And it's not funny. It's just not fucking funny. And unfortunately, it does suffer with the same problem that Not Cool suffers from. The jokes are just not funny. It's not offensive though. It's just not funny. Do you know what I mean? It's just the writing is not strong. The dialogue is not great. But I think Ian Heacock's is a pretty good actor. And Anthony's okay. Like, they're likable. At least they're likable characters, and they do have good chemistry, and that they were real life best friends and all that. But it doesn't work as a film compared to the skits. But anyway, they go to this YouTube headquarters, and they meet a guy called Steve YouTube. He's actually played by Michael Ian Black, who was a comedian. He was actually recently in Superman and Peacemaker Season 2. And he's in that film Wet Hot American... No, he's in the TV show Wet Hot American Summer, which is based on the movie. Which I haven't seen the movie or the show. So... But anyway, he says, "No, you can't delete the video. I don't want to do that." And then essentially, he's like, "You can go if you go inside YouTube. You can change the video from the inside." He ends up being a twist villain. They go into a few videos. They go into they meet Jenna Marbles. They meet the fucking Epic Mealtime guy who's like a fucking postman, and they meet Markiplier, and I do like the Markiplier scene. It's pretty fucking cool, and they have this kind of thing called Dairy, which is like, oh, is that Siri? No, it's Dairy. Like, whatever, it's not funny. And they go back. It's kind of like a time travel machine as well. It goes back in time, and then he finds out that Ian is the one that done the video, and then they have that kind of divide part, and they argue and blah 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 blah. And eventually they go to the prom. They make up. He gets with his high school crush who doesn't want to be with him. No, at first, because like I preferred when you didn't shower for a week. Wow, okay. And I preferred when you were awkward, so he ends up going and embarrassing himself and doing the exact same thing again. And she gets with him. And then they get married. And also, Ian ends up going into this video that he's obsessed with watching on YouTube about a girl getting her ass massaged, and he calls her butt massage girl. Fucking hell, I haven't watched this movie in years and I remember so much of it. What the fuck? And there's this whole joke about her like, oh, I actually have a name, you know, and he's like, oh really? You know, and then eventually she says her name is Brad, and then they drop an F-bomb at the end. Oh, this movie sucks. I hate this fucking movie. I really do. I know I'm not acting like a fucking dude. I really don't like it. It's not funny at all, dude. It's just not funny. And it's not even funny in a so bad it's good way. It's just not good at all. And like, no offense to Ian and Anthony, they really do seem like great people. You know, they're probably not watching this, but you do seem like great people. And I'm not, but the thing is, I know they can do better. That's the thing. I see potential for them to make other movies that could be great, but this is just not good. To be honest, I think it suffers from the fact that, like, look, a sketch is easier to do than a film. You know, it's a lot more to write. Visually, the movie's good looking. Like, I'll say that now. It's visually great. Like, you see the jump from like YouTube to film, and it's great. Whereas, like, with Not Cool, you didn't see that at all. You know, and they're like, there's just, I don't know, man. A lot of the scenes in it, like, all the gags don't work. They're there going, oh, do you want to play this game? You know, like in the arcade, and then they're singing, oh, I want to be the master. I want to flip the switch. I want to capture all these guys and make each one my bit. I will say, I do like the Pokemon parody. Magic pockets with monster. You never work on a heartless dick. You know, that was funny. And then they go, it's like, oh, we can't drive a pizza car. It's like, oh, I have to drive that. And they go there. And they go outside, and the kid's taking a dump. It's like, what are you doing? And all this stuff. And he's like, I'm taking a dump in your car, man. He's like, oh, you know, I can tell the time by looking at the sun. It's like, how? Oh, it's like 4:30. I'm like, why is that funny? You know, it's not funny. You know, and then they have this random guy who's like, oh, the mailman's here. The mailman's here. And they run out, and it's the guy from Epic Mealtime. And they fucking start, he's like, here's the letters. And they just start fucking, he's like, what the hell are you doing? They start throwing water balloons at him, and I'm like, okay, you know, there is that whole montage of them going into YouTube videos, and you've got the kind of Vietnam, the guy is like come back from war, he's like, oh, it's so great to see you and all, and then like he ends up falling on him, it's like, oh, what the hell, like, what the hell, oh yeah, are we in YouTube? And like, yeah, we're definitely in YouTube or whatever. And then you have the whole scene as well where the guy's like saying like this inspirational speech video, like he's looking at him, and then something happens that they fall on him or something. And it's like, it's just not funny. Do you know what I mean? It's not funny. And then when they go back in time to okay, there's me over there. Okay, you know, we have to stop the video from happening. It's like, okay, and it's like, and then it's like, oh no, it's about to happen, and like they're hiding or whatever. And then you see Ian's film, like, dude, this is so funny. I can't wait to put this on. It's like, yeah, I was filming it, but I didn't put it on YouTube. I can't wait to put this on YouTube later. I'm going to upload it now. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, what, how could you do that to me? I love her. It's like, you don't love her, it's whatever. And he falls over, and the conflict just feels forced, and then they start fighting and going through different things, like, I hate you, whatever. And then, they eventually make up, and, like, we gotta go to a reunion, and all that. I don't know, man. It's not funny. And then they go to that girl's house, and they're talking to her, and they're like, "Oh, here's all these other women," and all these other women kind of come, and then they get suited up, and they get out of the car, and they go to the fucking thing. They make up, and he goes up to the girl, and he's like, "I'm a different person now. I'm great," and she's like, "No, but I like the old you." Like, and I do think that was a sweet scene. Like, it was sweet. It's like, she's likable. Like, you know what I mean? At least she's likable. Fucking love interest. And it's like, I like the old you, the one that didn't shower a week and the one that was awkward, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you want to see the old me? I'll show you the old me. And then there's the whole scene where they both go up and sing again, and he does the backflip, and it goes up his ass. And then she even goes, like, there, I told you, it's like, how do I know it's really you? How do you, I know it's, you're not only showing me what you want me to see. And he kisses her. And it's all happy and whatever. And then there's the post-credit scene of, no, it's Ian and Anthony. No, it's Anthony and Anna at the wedding, and Ian is getting married to Port Massage Girl, and he's there crying or whatever, or whatever. It's just the whole thing of him sexually harassing her, like, online, like, oh, massage that butt on YouTube or whatever. Like, he's like fucking watching the video, and he's there fucking typing, and Anthony's like, dude, you gotta stop harassing that girl. It's like, I'm not harassing, she's playing hard to get, and she's like, go away. And then when he ends the video, like, oh my god, it's you, or whatever. Like, it's like, oh my god, it's you. I love your comment on my videos. It's like, oh, I was playing hard to get, and she gets with him. And then eventually he's like, you should try this massage, and he gets massaged. Like, is it weird that the closer this hand gets to my butthole, the better it feels? And she's like, yeah, a little bit. And he's like, I'm dating butt massage girl. I'm dating butt massage girl. I have a name, I have a name, I have a name. And then the end of the movie, he's like, oh, my name is Brad. And he's like, what the fuck? And I'm kind of thinking, that's the other thing about the film. This should have been R-rated, right? And I know I was complaining, this should have been R-rated. There should have been F-bombs left, right, and centre, because there's a lot of F-bombs that are bleeped out. And, like, you can get away with more in a movie, which not have swearing, And I will say, like, at least there's more people, recognisable people in that. Like, I like the bit where they go to Jenna Marbles, who's making videos and stuff. You're a guy, like, what the hell are you doing, or whatever. It's like, oh, Jenna, oh my god, you're Jenna Marbles. Like, oh yeah. It's like, oh, I watch all your videos. Oh really? Yeah, I know exactly who you are. I was like, yeah, you're kidding me? No idea. And then she gives them advice, like, oh, you should do this with this, you should do this to the girl. And she gives advice about how Anthony can impress the girl. I'm like, okay. I do like the scenes where, like, okay, they're going through different montages, different YouTube videos, but I don't like it. You go to montage of different videos, and then you get Markiplier going, hello everybody, my name is Markiplier. Welcome to Gorilla Chainsaw Massacre. As you can see, I'm the gorilla with a chainsaw. Doesn't really make a lot of sense, but then again, I don't really care. And he's like, and he's playing it. And it's like they're running, it's like, Siri, help me, That was actually my introduction to him as well, I think. I started watching him after I was just before, and he started screaming, whatever. I don't like the opening song. It's so, like, teenage boppy shy, and it's like the shitty animation kind of stuff, and then you get Jenna Marbles going, oh, I saw a guy that a video of someone who had pants that looked like someone pooped in them. I'm like, that's not funny. And it's the animated kind of Smosh intro, and Anthony's driving and delivering pizzas, and Smosh the movie title comes up, and Ian's at home being weird, and then there's the part where, like, he's like, oh, when he's gonna move out, the parents come in, it's like, hi honey, it's like, oh yeah, we're doing this, mom, or whatever. And it's like, and just some of the jokes aren't funny. They go to the YouTube headquarters, like, oh, you're the black flip microphone guy, ooh, where'd the microphone go? I think it's up that guy's ass. And then, like, Ian knocks someone over in the coffee. He's like, I'm so glad that happened. That was the funniest thing I've seen all day. And I'm like, and then Michael Ian Black, there's a whole scene where they're talking to him, and then there's the whole scene later where they're talking, he's the villain reveal, And then there's the whole joke of, oh, buffering. Why is that still a thing? It's 2015. What the hell? You know, at the time it was 2015. And he's like trying to get them with the chainsaws, like, I'm gonna get you, and all this shit. Like, it's just not funny. Like, that's really what I can say. It's just badly written, and it's not enjoyable. Then in the montage, it also doesn't fucking help that there's a footage of Shane Dawson. I think it's an archival video. There's also a deleted scene with him where he comes out of a fucking boot and they're kind of looking at him like, what the fuck? He's like, ah! You know, I'm like, I'm glad they cut him. I'm fucking glad they cut him out. You know that? Jesus, I just realised Alex Winter would have worked with him. That's insane. You know, and then like Stone Cold Steve Austin's cameos. What is it with wrestlers in these fucking YouTuber movies? WWE wrestlers. He's walks past the mirror and goes, "Hey Anthony, how are you? Hey Stone Cold Steve Austin, how are you?" I'm like, why? You know, and it's just, I don't know. It's weird, right? I think they could have done so much better with this film. It's like the cameo's cool, but it's like, what? You know. Also, 20th Century Fox is part of this in certain releases and then other YouTube companies. Technically, it's a Disney movie. Anyway, um, I don't think if there's anything I do like about it. There is like even another moment as well. Like he's pining over Anna the whole film, and then like there's a moment where she's like, "Oh, there's this amazing guy, you know, and he's great, and I really like him," and like maybe she finds him sweet and awkward, but the romance feels forced. And he pops up out of the, you know, he hears that, and he pops up out of the closet and goes, "I love you, man, and I promise we'll be together someday." And I'm like, anyway. Then there's the moment where they see the cat videos, they watch cat videos, and they look at the cute little whiskers, and the cat blows up, and they're like, Jesus Christ. I'm trying to think, like, is there any parts I found funny? Oh, I don't touch, please, I don't touch. I'm Steve YouTube. Like, Mr. YouTube, can we please get that video removed? It's like, no. Like, the dialogue isn't great. It's not funny. It's visually nice to look at times, I guess. It's like, oh, we got the women, and they all come out and they're like, oh, you know, like, I like this, you know. And when they open up the thing and the YouTube, like, holy shit, and they jump in, it's kind of cool, I guess. They got cameos, you know. I give it a 2 out of 10. 3 out of 10. Not a great movie, but it's not unwatchable. Like, not cool. It's just not good. This just not a good film. This just no, not for me. Anyway, bye.